secret mind control experiments funded by the United States government.
This is way out of the realm of fiction or supposition or conspiracy theory or speculation. This is absolute documented fact.
The goal of these experiments is to determine if the human mind can be controlled using outside forces, drugs, electroshock, hypnosis. It is a top-secret program that reaches terrifying heights in the 1950s and 1960s, but treatise called the Malleus Maleficarum. It describes ways to manipulate a person into confession.
It was, in fact, among other things, a cross-examination manual to extract false confessions from people accused of being witches. Consequently, you have here the systematic attempt to find techniques to get people to report that they were things they were not, or to do things that they would not otherwise do.
It is the first, albeit primitive, step towards mind control as an offensive weapon to be used against an unwitting subject.
The secret of mind control is to change people outside of their awareness, so they do your bidding without realizing that that's what they're doing. For that kind of a technology, you need sophisticated principles either of brain control or of mind control.
But for every involuntary human subject who is able to uncover his or her roles, experts believe there are many more who will never know.
There's been thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people subjected to really damaging, unethical experimentation.
One of the real fundamental abuses of secrecy in our government still today is the misuse of national security not to protect information that actually has some bearing on the national defense of our country, like how to make an atomic bomb, but rather to hide misconduct and embarrassment about misdeeds that have been done by the government.
This is not a pleasant world we live in, you know, and there are a lot of nasty people and things in the world, and we need protection from them. But you don't get protection by becoming the guinea pigs of the forces you pay to protect you. And you can't save your mind by having the people who protect you take your mind.
But secrets die hard.
We know from articles in U.S. News and World Report and a magazine called Defense Electronics that there's a lot of experimentation and development of non-lethal weapons right up to the present. Non-lethal weapons are various forms of energy and radiation, sound, electromagnetic, and so on. They're beamed at a target's head or other areas of the body to control their behavior, make them sick, disable them in some way without killing them.
But is it being tested on unknowing subjects as it was so abusively in the 1950s?
What we know for a fact now from a wide range of documentation is that there's been experimentation on unwitting civilians involving biological weapons, radiation experimentation, LSD, and other forms of mind control experimentation. Given all of that, it's basically implausible that there hasn't been some experimentation on unwitting citizens using non-lethal weapons technology.
What brainwashing and mind control experimentation have taught us in the 20th century is a rather cruel paradox that for every advance we make in mental medicine, we can take a step backward for people who want to use those advances for purposes of control.
What we really need now is a really thorough public review of the history of medical and psychiatric contracting for mind control purposes. We need all this out on the table. We need it acknowledged.
Otherwise, experts say, history is doomed to repeat itself and bring to pass a prophecy made by Aldous Huxley in his 1932 novel, Brave New World.
Brave New World said we're going to voluntarily turn over our minds and our beliefs and our thoughts to people. And Huxley was right. Unless we do something to protect our own individual integrity, or at least our children.